Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. So I wanted to do a quick weigh-in on the movie Mandy. So Mandy is a movie that came out last year starring Nicolas Cage, and it's a trip, I'll tell you that. Everyone and their mother was talking about this movie in all the horror circles on Facebook that I go into and the groups, and they're like, "Oh, you got to see Mandy, it's so great." I saw it once. It didn't really leave much of an impression, so I rewatched it again last night with my buddy Brian. Brian and I can pretty much have fun with any movie, whether it be bad or good, because we joke around and we laugh and talk about it or whatever. So the main plot in Mandy is Nicolas Cage lives with his girlfriend out in the woods, and he's a logger. He does like a lumberjack, and his girlfriend is this very homely looking woman. They made her look extremely unattractive and weird. Um, in real life, she's very pretty, but so anyway, this I don't want to say too much, but this violent act happens to her, very violent, and she gets kidnapped. And Nicolas Cage freaks out. I don't want to say too much about what happens to her or whatnot. Nicolas Cage freaks out and goes on a rampage after the people that kidnapped her. So the first maybe 45 minutes to an hour, in my opinion, could have probably gotten truncated to 15, 20 minutes and made the movie a little better. I felt like the beginning was just very drawn out. It was a lot of slowness to it, nothing crazy happening. I think they should have just came out full force with this film because the second half of the film is really cool. Um, Nicolas Cage ends up going after the people. There are also these like demonic people or cult people involved that look insane. Like they look like monsters. They have like crazy armor on, and he's now going after them as well because they're part of the issue. Um, the violence is really good. The gore is really cool. Nicolas Cage's like lunatic side and anger is cool. There's a lot of like drug induced sort of vision type things happening during the movie because the cult that kidnapped the girlfriend is on LSD, and there's like like a main cult leader, sort of like a Charles Manson type figure, I guess you would say, um, and all these people surrounding him. So it's interesting. I just feel like it could have been just compressed a little bit at the beginning there, and it would have been better. It's not something I don't think I'd buy. Excuse me. It's not something I think I would buy unless I found it for like maybe under $5. I'm not going to go like track it down or spend 20 bucks on a new copy or 15 bucks. But it's definitely interesting. A lot of people were talking about Richard Stanley, who did Dust Devil, which I really enjoy. That's one of my favorite horror movies, as well as Hardware, which I also really love, that Richard Stanley had done. And they sort of were, I think, taking a little bit of Mandy and saying it sort of reminded them a little bit of Richard Stanley. I could kind of see that, maybe a little more trippy. Richard Stanley is now doing a horror film called Color of Outer Space. It's an H.P. Lovecraft story with Nicolas Cage. So I'm almost wondering if he saw him in Mandy and he decided to get him for this film because of how crazy he is in Mandy. But let me know, guys, what you thought of Mandy. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't love it. It's a very violent yet simplistic film with some weirdness in it, some interesting scenes. But if you like violence and you like, that redemption type story or like that Taken type story with someone going after someone for revenge, check it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.